Hey guys, welcome back. Today we're going to go through a full body mobility routine. I will guide you through one round, and if you want to do another one or third round, you can just go back to the beginning and do it again. If you enjoyed this video, then please remember to like, and if you want to support us even more, then hit that subscribe button. We will start with hip cars, so we'll get into a quadra position. When we're in that quarter position, I want you to make sure that your shoulders are directly above your wrists and your hips directly above your knees. So you have that nice 90-degree angle here, nice tabletop position or quarter position. From here, brace your core, build some tension, and build to about 50 to 60% tension. Now from here, deep breath in, we'll bring that left leg forward towards our elbow. When we do that, we want to make sure that our low back stays straight and we don't go into a rounded position of the back. So only go as far as you can keep that back straight. From here, bring that knee out and then that heel up into hip extension and down. Reverse, donkey kick, back stays straight, bring that knee out and forward towards the elbow, down. We'll do 2 more reps. Forward, out, back and up, come down. Keep that tension in your core, reverse it. Try to make each rep a little bit bigger than the one before. So drawing a bigger circle. Down, reverse it, kick back. Tension in the core, knee comes forward into hip flexion and down. You can stay in that position and turn around, so we'll do the other side. Again, brace yourself, deep breath in, bring that knee forward, AB direction, drive that heel up, get your glutes come down. Reverse, keep those arms straight. Forward into hip flexion. Remember that we only go into hip flexion as far as we can. Keep that back straight. Nice big circle through a full active range of motion of the hip. Last one, try to make this your best rep yet. Kick back into hip extension, come down, reverse it, kick up, donkey kick back, bring that knee out, and forward, down. Nice. Next we'll do some shoulder work. I have 3 different base positions that you can try. The most difficult one is to get into a squat position. So like this. You can also go into a half kneeling position or into the prone lying position. Okay? What we're going to do is we're going to do swimmer's hovers. So if you've never done this before, I would recommend the baseline, the prone lying position, or the half kneeling position, because you can focus more on that shoulder movement. If you've done these, or if you do shoulder mobility regularly and you want to challenge yourself, you can for sure try the squat position. Okay, so what we're doing is you can start with your hands behind your neck. Deep breath in, we're going to lift off, we extend our arms, and then we find rotation of our shoulders into extension, elbow hinge, lift off, extend, externally rotate into shoulder flexion, hinge at the elbows into your starting position. If you decide to go into that nice kneeling position, we'll do the same thing, okay? So I'll do 1 rep in the kneeling position, we can do that together. Deep breath in, brace yourself, lift off, extend your arms, find internal rotation. Think of rotating that bicep down as you go back, hinge at the elbows, extend, externally rotate up into shoulder flexion, hinge at the elbow. Okay? One more, lift off, extend, rotate, hinge at the elbows, extend, externally rotate up, and shoulder flexion, hinge. And one more, lift off, extend your arms, shoulder flexion, internal rotation, rotate all the way down into hip shoulder extension, extend your elbows, rotate up and down. Nice. So we're going to stay in our squat position, or we're going to use that squat baseline position. We're going to do some kinetic stretches. So squat kinetic stretch. What we're going to do is we're going to use the heels and rails effort to come in and out of the stretch. So when we're in that deep squat right here, we're going to think of pushing the earth away. So push your feet or press your feet into the ground. Use your glutes and your posterior chain to drive you into that standing position. And to come back down, think of hip flexion. So you want to flex those hips into bent leg hip flexion, making yourself as light as possible, come back into that squat position. Now, together, press the earth away, use your posterior chain, come into standing, deep breath in, use your hip flexors, come into bent leg hip flexion, into that nice deep squat position. Go as deep as you can. If that is 90 degrees, that is totally fine. Now push away, use your posterior chain, glutes, hamstrings, come into standing, deep breath in, hip flexion. Think of dorsal flexion, hip flexion, nice deep squat, and push away. Nice. Alternatively, you can use some yoga blocks and stack them. Drive yourself into that squat. Sit on the blocks, push away. Okay, last one, deep breath in. And push up using posterior chain. Push the earth away. Nice. Good. We stay in that standing position. We're going to do some spinal waves or spinal segmentation. Okay, so bodyweight Jefferson curls. Nice upright position. And then we start by bringing our chin towards our chest. Okay, so spinal flexion. And we slowly start rolling up. T-spine, teal junction, lumbar spine. As much flexion as you can, each vertebra at a time, slow and controlled. Okay, so if you can't go any further, roll back up into standing. Now we'll start with the lumbar spine, each vertebra rolling up at a time. Nice. Own pace. I'm looking for 3 to 4 reps in total. Just nice, slow and controlled segmentation of the spine. Now as you come up, use your lumbar spine. Come up and out of flexion. Roll your neck up into flexion towards your chest. As you go into thoracic spine flexion, your lumbar spine is still relatively straight, okay? So you're really trying to move each vertebra at a time.
Nice, and roll out one last time. Good.
We'll go back into our seated position, finding ourselves in 90-90. So in our 90-90 position, we have 90 degree in the front legs and 90 degree angle in the back or rear leg. If you can't do that comfortably, we're going to focus on that front leg. So what you can do is bring that rear leg in instead and have that nice, basically half 90 position. You still have a 90 degree angle here, so that rectangle, the 90 degree angle in the front leg, but you just decrease the angle in the rear leg. If that doesn't work well for you, take a yoga block and sit on that yoga block in an elevated position, okay? This will give you some more room to play with. What we're going to do now is we're going to focus on hip external rotation, so the front leg. And when we think of hip external rotation, this is basically what we're looking for, okay? We're going to do some kinetic stretches. So again, we're using the pails on rails effort in order to get in and out of that hip external rotation. Now what we're going to do is pails is going to, or rails is going to pull us in and pails is going to push us out. So what we're trying to do is we're going to think of attempting a lift off for hip external rotation as we go into that nice deep external rotation stretch. So there are several progressions to this. You can have your hands to the side, you can have one hand, have your hands in front of you, behind you, or above you, okay? So these are the progressions. This is the easiest and this is the hardest. Now, I don't think you necessarily need to do the hardest version. I really just want you to focus on quality movement here. So what we're going to do, deep breath in. You can place your hand on your ankle. And as you lower down, think of pushing your foot or your shin into your hand. Think of tailbone to the ceiling. And that's when you find that lowest position. Push your entire leg into the ground and come back up. Deep breath in. Lower down. Into your pelvic tilt. Press your leg into the ground. Push yourself up again. Deep breath in. Try to fight for a lift off as you lower into that nice deep hip extension, hip external rotation stretch. Sorry. And push out again. Last one. Push away from the ground. Now we're going to use a nice 90-90 transition. So in our 90-90 base position, we'll use that rear leg and lift that knee up. Swipe the heel under, finding ourselves in a nice open position here. And then bring that knee towards the ground. Swipe the heel under on the other side. And back into your 90-90. Now we're obviously going to focus on the other leg, still doing our hip external rotation kinetic stretches. So for me, the leg I did first, the left leg, I have better hip external rotation, so I feel a lot more comfortable, a lot stronger in that position in the 90-90 position on this side. So now I really want to make sure that I support myself as much as necessary to still get good quality work done. Okay, so push that ego aside and choose the easiest variation if you need to in order to feel your muscles working and to really get into a nice deep stretch without struggling too much. Okay, deep breath in, chest towards the wall in front of you, belly button towards the knee. Drive that tailbone to the ceiling. Think of external rotation and lift off. Lean forward. Push your leg into the ground to come up. Round number 2, chest towards the wall in front of you. Nice straight spine. Work with that hip external rotation. Push your entire foot and leg into the ground. Deep breath in. Round number 3. And last one. Nice. Stay in that nice 90-90 position. Decrease the angles if you need to, okay? No worries here. We want to focus on our spine. So what we're going to do is we're going to do some spine cards. I like to hug the yoga block just to build a little bit more tension. What you can also do is hold it like this, okay? Now from here, I want you to find spinal flexion. We rotate to that left side. Lateral flexion, so crunch to the left side, open up that right side, and then into extension, chest towards the ceiling. Squeeze that yoga block. Over to the other side. As much as you can, rotate, down, okay? Reverse, rotate towards the right, flexion to the right, into extension, flexion to the left, rotate right shoulder forward, down. Place that yoga block aside, again 90-90 transition. Now bring that rear leg up, swipe that heel through, try to keep your right leg on the ground for as long as you can. Knee touches first, and then the now rear leg follows. Nice. Again, decrease the angle of the 90-90 position if you need to. Take your yoga block, squeeze it, find spine flexion, T-spine flexion until you've reached your belly button. Rotate to your right side, lateral flexion, open up that left side into extension, chest towards the sky. Squeeze the yoga block over to the left. Nice open side on the right side. Rotate right shoulder forward and down into flexion. Reverse. Lateral crunch on the left into extension. Lateral crunch on the right. Rotate left shoulder forward and into flexion. Nice. So this is really just trying to cover as many bases as possible, trying to cover as many joints as possible, or at least the main joints that we want to work on. So shoulder, hip, and spine. You can repeat that a second round if you want to. And as you get better, feel free to challenge yourself with the harder base positions. For example, try the squat position for the swimmer's hovers instead of the prone position or the half kneeling position, but really make sure that you can get quality work done. If you enjoyed this video, again, I would appreciate a thumbs up, and if you want to make sure to support us even more, hit that subscribe button. If you have more requests for mobility or any kind of videos, leave those in the comment section below.